So if you've been watching my previous videos, you probably gathered that I'm a pretty big fan of Fisher pens. This is the company that makes the Space Pen, the AG7, and then the CH4. Basically, pens that look like this, metal pens with a side release that have been taken to space a number of times. The company has a really interesting history, and they still make most of their really great classic pens, and they're still made to a very high standard. Uh, with this history comes a bunch of very cool boxes I've collected, and I wouldn't really consider myself to be a collector. I'm a pen user. I wouldn't say I really collect pens, but I have accrued a number of these boxes, and it's probably the closest thing I would consider to being a collection. And my interest in Fisher is probably bordering on collection, which the company does have such a cool history. Also, they have a very good lifetime warranty program. So if you have an older pen that's damaged, they will honor that warranty most of the time, within reason. So it's a fun pen to collect because they do, repairs and things like that. Anyway, I wanted to run through some of the boxes over time, which are just super cool, and it seemed dumb to have them just sitting, under my desk or something like that without anyone appreciating them aside from myself. This is this current box with a Fisher AG7 or CH4 or B4 or G4, whatever you get. This is basically the current gift box on their premium pens. You see it's pretty clear. It's an astronaut pen. They don't really hide that fact. This is the CH4, so they call it the shuttle space pen. Used on all manned space flights, so pretty interesting there. They have some details about the specific pen. And then that's really it on the exterior. On the interior, you have a plastic gift box and a little instruction packet. And then this sort of, felted plastic, whatever you call this, really lightweight stuff. So that's the box now. And, you kind of, you could definitely appreciate that this is a nice pen, a $50, $60 pen. But, it's not a $1,000 pen. It's not like a handmade wooden box or anything like that. So that is basically the current setup on their more expensive pens. On Fisher's less expensive pens, you get something like this. And this is, still says Space Pen. It's the name of the company. There's still a spaceship. Again, let's not get confused about who's sending their pens into space. This is something I got with a Capomatic. So that's a $20 pen. And this one doesn't have the plastic gift box. It just has this cardboard box, and then on the inside here, just something that keeps the pen safe. Now let's get into some of the older stuff. This is a lot more interesting. And I gotta say, sadly I don't know the vintages of these. I could take a guess, but it's really hard to tell. And Fisher doesn't have any online diagrams of it, so let's just kind of run through them and just appreciate them. This one, I would say, is one of my favorite. Not that I have that many, but this is one of the coolest. This is from an AG7, the exact model used by astronauts, which is very cool. You see this old school single color, so like a single color printed man on the moon shot. Fisher Space Pen in the font that looks just like the Star Wars font, which is very cool. Nothing here. And then nothing here. Again, that Star Wars type italic, font, whatever. Maybe not necessarily italic, but it's definitely like the Star Wars scroll text at the beginning. Open it up. Let me just rewind for a second and just look at that. See if we could zoom in on that. That AG7 in the star. It is just really cool and really retro. I don't know. I just really appreciate that. Opening this up, we see this felted case, which I'm sure we cannot zoom in on. Materials like this are just very hard to work with. You see gold metal wrapper here, and then a velveteen or velvet interior. Fisher Space Pen. I'm not sure why it says Saturn. The original insert here, and these ones didn't come out, or they could come out, but they were kind of glued in, and then really nothing there. This pen was a pen I had that broke, unfortunately, but I saved the refill. And the refill, they last so long that usually when you get a refill, it has, you could pretty much assume if you have the original refill in there, it's not 100% accurate, but it'll happen most of the time. And this one says 580. So this is probably a refill. Let's see if we can just make that out. This is probably a refill from May 1980. So just to get an idea of how old this pen is. And I don't think this one, nope, this one still writes. So very cool. Just a testament to how hardy this ink is. Okay, so that is the, let's call it the 1980s case. Here's a very cool one I've picked up. This is cardboard, sort of like a pressed cardboard. It looks like leather. It has that metal here, much thicker than before, but similar, which it's gold. And this one probably had an outer case too, I'm guessing, but it's really hard to say. Fisher font is italic, but definitely different vintage. You see this, the rounded Fisher font. And I don't know exactly when these were changed, but this one's definitely different. Open it up. Definitely lower end. We see that velvet here. The elastic is shot here. And then I don't think there's, yeah, so that's it. Anyway, very cool case. Unclear what the vintage was. Now we have this one, which is, I would say, the closest to the modern case. And it's, I don't know the year. Let's see if I have anything in here. Oh, yeah. This is, I would say, early 2000s case, quite similar to today's. We have in here this pen. I'm blanking on the name. Oh, yeah. This is the CRTP Crown something titanium. Oh, yeah, the titanium Crown Imperial. Says it right there. And obviously a super cool pen. Pretty hard to find, this one. And very similar case to today, which has been around for some time. So not really much to talk about there. I don't know why this thing doesn't line up. You would expect the logo to be here. Anyway. And then lastly, here's a really cool one. I bought this one, I was trying to buy a vintage AG7 off eBay. I found a good deal, and it came with the box, which is kind of shocking because this is a pretty old box, and obviously it would, maybe not obviously, it would increase the price of the shipping somewhat, unless you use one of those flat rate boxes. Anyway, very cool that some people hold on to these things. Really impressive. Unfortunately, you got a little messed up with tape throughout the years, but can't really blame people for that. So there's that Fisher logo. It is kind of silver embossed or something that looks really nice in person. Nice paper, nice and thick, heavy paper, like a cardboard. Opening it up and seeing inside, we have again a very heavy-duty cardboard type case. The metal band. This is a really nice case. This one is like not quite, you expect maybe a watch to come in this. Not like a Rolex level watch, but definitely a nicer watch, $100 watch, $150 watch, something like that. Opening it up, and Fisher Space Pen in the really nice velvet, nicely printed on there. More velvet here. I guess this is not velvet. This is, I don't know, some sort of smooth satin material, and then this is the kind of velvet. This one does not come up. This is quite large. There's really no reason why you would need this case this large for a pen. Here's a pen. So you could put a watch in here. You could put a tennis bracelet. I don't know, but it's very cool that they would do this. And this is the refill that it came with, and this is from 993. So not quite as old as some of the ones we have here, but definitely pretty old. And This one I don't think right. Yeah. So that one does not write. We do see it's a kind of an old school looking refill. I don't know. I'm not sure if the brassing has come off, or this one was silver from the get go. But $9.93, and it's really interesting also to tell not just when it was made, but the pricing has incremented over the years. So this one is at $3. Sometimes this printing wears off, but when it does show up and it is intact, it's quite cool to see the price and the date. Anyway, this is kind of a weird niche video, but I thought some people out there would appreciate it. Fisher pen cases through the ages. Hopefully you guys like this. Drop a comment if you do. Thanks for watching.